welcome in. Why don't we take a look at this beautiful showroom here. So we're here at the beautiful Safe and Sound showroom in Chicopee, Massachusetts for our MartinLogan Motion launch event, or party really. We're having a great time. But first thing when you walk in, we've got our actually flagship Motion XT F200 tower that came out earlier this year. These have the triple 8-inch aluminum bass drivers. We've got the beautiful Kevlar mid-range here, and our top of the line Folded Motion XT, the new Gen 2 tweeter with the waveguide. These things are absolutely fantastic. But why don't we take a look about what we're really here for today, which is the Foundation series. So I'll take you over there right now. So the Motion Foundation series now represents the entry point, or foundation, pun totally intended, of our Motion line of products. So this now has the most affordable and most approachable price points that we've offered in this type of product. So we're here today to kick this off, have a great time, play some music, and show these new speakers off to the world. I think this is one of the first showrooms to actually have these on demonstration. So here we have the whole line. We have 3 different finishes on offer. All of these models available in satin white, black, or the walnut finish. Here is the new C1 center channel. And all models in the Foundation series, the bookshelves, the center, and the towers, they all have the new Gen 2 Folded Motion Tweeter S, which is our most compact Folded Motion tweeter that we've ever had. All of them use that. And then every driver on these are aluminum. So the bass drivers and the mid-range are all aluminum, so they have great power handling, they have great heat dissipation, they're lightweight, they're strong. It's just a great recipe for performance. So let's take a look about what this series is. The center channel option here, the C1, available in all 3 finishes again. The new B1 bookshelf with the 5.5-inch bass driver, and of course the Gen 2 Folded Motion Tweeter S, again in all 3 finishes. And then we have the larger B2. Basically the difference between this and the B1, this has a 6.5-inch driver instead of a 5.5-inch, so a little more bass, a little more power handling, a little more output. And then here we have the new Tower series. This is available in 2 different models. This is the F1, which is the smaller of the 2. This has triple 5.5-inch bass drivers and a 5.5-inch mid-range, again all aluminum, coupled with the Gen 2 Folded Motion Tweeter S. And you'll notice that all of these do have the Folded Motion waveguide, which gives us really great dispersion, very even off-axis performance, and of course aligns the output with the mid-range for just incredible smoothness and performance across the board. And then last but not least, actually last but most, is the F2, the largest tower in this series. And basically this model trades the 3 5.5-inch woofers from the F1, and we go to actually 3 6.5-inch bass drivers for even more output. And we actually do have the F2 and the B2 on active demonstration today. That's what we're showcasing for our little party here that we've got going on. So here we have our all-new satin white finish, which is available across all models. And then here we have our black, which is kind of a nice textured finish. And then we have the walnut available in all models as well. You also notice that the trim rings are color coordinating. So on the satin white, we have silver accent pieces. On the black, it has gunmetal accent pieces. And on the walnut, we have the copper accent pieces, or bronze. So for the Foundation series, you can see as far as connections go, we have a single set of 5-way binding posts. So you can use spades, bananas, whatever your preference is. Also notice that all these are rear ported. So the bookshelves, the center channel, and the towers all ported from the rear, which is a differentiation from the Motion and then the Motion XT series above this, which not only have bottom ports on the towers, but they also have 2 sets of 5-way binding posts, so you can bi-amplify or bi-wire as you see fit. And then rounding out the line, we have a whole bunch of other speakers from us as well. So here we have our flagship bookshelf speaker, the B100, and the beautiful walnut finish that has the matte black front baffle, so no reflections or any distracting colors off there. And you can notice that these also have the waveguide like on the Foundation, just executed a little bit differently. And we also have our largest Gen 2 folded motion tweeter XT, which is our highest performance folded motion tweeter in our series. And these motion products, now that Foundation exists, have 3 different tiers of performance. The folded motion XT at the top, you have the motion in the middle, and then the Foundation at the entry level point, or the foundation of that series. Here we have our most compact motion speaker, the F10, which again came out earlier this year. Now, being part of the Motion series, this uses our all-new Gen 2 folded motion tweeter with the folded motion waveguide. We have the great fiberglass mid-range for incredible detail for your vocals and other musical instruments, movies, whatever you like to play. And then for the bass section, all the Motion products from Foundation all the way up to XT use aluminum for the bass drivers. And the Motion and Motion XT series all have the fast feet, which are fully adjustable from the top without using a tool. So very, very easy to level the speaker out or adjust the rake to your liking. You can also notice here at the bottom, they come with both hardwood and carpet spikes, so that way you can not damage your nice pretty floors, or you have the spike option when you're using carpet for maximum stability. So moving on down the line, we also have our Motion B10, which is the little brother to the B100. So it uses our Gen 2 folded motion tweeter with the fiberglass mid-bass. And then one of the most versatile speakers in the line is the new MP10, which from the front looks like a normal bookshelf speaker. But you can actually see that the tapered cabinet actually allows you to mount this on the wall and then angle it down into the room. So it makes a great height effect channel for those that actually can't put anything on the ceiling or a speaker in the ceiling itself. So very versatile. It could be used as a thin bookshelf speaker. So as you can see here, it's about half the depth of a traditional bookshelf speaker like a B10. So if you need to save space, it's a great option, but it's also designed to mount on the wall with the included bracket that we put in there. So very, very cool and versatile speaker with the B10 and MP10. And then part of the XT series, so we saw the F200, which is the largest of the towers when we first walked in. This is the F100, which is a little bit smaller. You've got the same beautiful Kevlar mid-range, but you actually have 3 6.5 bass drivers instead of 3 8-inch. So a little more compact than the F200, but incredible performance. One I want to talk about a little bit is actually this one here, the Slim XL. We actually have 3 different SLM models, this one being the largest of them, so kind of an oxymoron, Slim XL. But these are an extremely thin wall-mountable speaker. Can be great as a surround channel or a main channel where you just don't want anything that's very bulky. It can also be turned sideways to use as a center channel, so it's a true LCR style speaker. So here you see it mounted on the stand, but these easily mount on the wall, and it's only about 2 inches thick. So it's a great solution for a high performance speaker that doesn't take up a lot of space. And as you can see here with the grill removed, there's quite a lot under the hood. Uses our folded motion tweeter for incredible highs, and you've got the nice woofers there, so it really has a nice full sound in a cabinet that's less than 2 inches thick. And of course, I like to have the grills on for that really clean look, but easily removable to make it look however you wish. And it's got the nice gloss black cabinet, so it kind of blends into any decor. So really, really cool solution. So for when a in-room speaker isn't an option for a front channel or surround channel or height channel, we have a huge selection of custom installation speakers. We have a small selection of them you can see behind me here. We have one of our XT series, we have one of our Masterpiece series, and another XT series here. And these coordinate perfectly with the in-room equivalents. So if you have Motion XT, Motion, or Motion Foundation in-room speakers, we have a very similar option available for in your wall or even in your ceiling. Very easy to timbre match, voice match, and have the same technology in your wall as you do in your room. And here's a couple of examples of our Motion CI in-wall speakers. They would match up perfectly with the Motion series in-room speakers using the same tweeter technology. And our smallest, most compact folded motion based in-ceiling speaker here, the MC4. So you can get an incredible experience with a very small opening in the ceiling. So here we have our all-new B2, which is the flagship bookshelf speaker in the Motion Foundation series. Again, available in all three of the finishes you saw earlier. This has the Gen 2 Folded Motion Tweeter S and the 6.5-inch aluminum bass driver. And this is actually installed on our brand new stand that came out earlier this year, the Stand 25. These actually come with interchangeable color trim pieces in the box. So you have the silver, you have the gunmetal, or you have the copper included, so you can coordinate it with your speaker's trim rings for that really clean, classy look. We've also got a pair of the F2s, which is the flagship tower speaker in the other sound room. So why don't we go take a look at those. So this system here is typically set up as an Atmos home theater, but for today's event, we've got the F2 towers running in stereo just to show off their capabilities. So you'll notice here, that's the all-new F2. We've got the triple 6.5-inch aluminum bass drivers, the aluminum mid-range, the all-new tweeter, and this is the walnut finish with the bronze trim rings. So this is our flagship Motion F200 tower, which is our largest tower in our non-electrostatic family. This is the same speaker that you saw when we first walked in, just this is in the beautiful two-tone black and walnut finish. So our large Gen 2 Folded Motion XT tweeter with the Folded Motion waveguide. And behind the beautiful grills here, we've got the Kevlar mid-range with the Nomex backer. And not one, not two, but three 8-inch aluminum bass drivers for tons of output. And again, I think my favorite part are actually the feet. And these have the adjustable toolless feet for carpet or hardwood. Just incredible isolation benefits as well as maximum stability, and I just think they look super cool, and I like being able to adjust them very, very easily. So thanks for joining us on this tour of the beautiful Safe and Sound showroom for our Motion Foundation launch party. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, maybe what you've heard, although very hard to do through the camera. If you'd like additional information on these speakers, you can check us out at www.martinlogan.com or of course, www.safeandsoundhq.com. And be on the lookout on the Shane Lee channel for his review of some of our Motion speakers coming soon. Thanks for tuning in.